Good morning, dear children. Today we will study lesson number 10, Thankless Goldsmith. There lived a hermit in a forest. One day, as he was walking back to his hermitage through the forest, he felt thirsty. He had no water left in his kamandal. He came to a well, but it was completely dry. At the bottom of the well was a man, a tiger, and a monkey and a snake. They had fallen into the well and were unable to come out of it. As soon as they saw him, they started shouting, "Help us, please." Now, the story starts with a hermit who used to live in a forest. Hermit is a sage, or you can say he is a saint. The people who live away from the busy, hectic life of normal life which we used to live, they live a peaceful life away from all the materialistic things. So, a hermit used to live in a forest, and one day he was walking back to his place, which is also known as hermitage, where there is a small hut where they used to live a very simple life. So, he was returning to his hermitage, and in the way he felt thirsty. Now, the saint people or the sages, they have a kamandal with them. It is a kind of a utensil in which they keep water. So, there was no water in his kamandal. So, he searched a well. But when he looked into the well, he saw that it is completely dry, and in place of water, there he saw a few people. They were a man, a tiger, a monkey, and a snake. They, by chance, have fallen into the well, and now they were unable to come out of the well. So, when all of them saw the hermit, they started shouting, "Help us, please." Sher Singh, the tiger, pleaded the hermit, "O noble and dear friend, save my life." Manu, the hermit, replied, "I am scared of you. The very thought of you somewhere close to me sends shivers down my spine. Why should I help you? What if you eat me up after I rescue you out of the well?" So, when they saw the hermit, they started shouting to help them. And first of all, the tiger, whose name was Sher Singh, he requested the hermit to save his life. But the hermit replied that I am very much afraid of you. When I think or when I suppose that you are somewhere near me, it gives me a lot of fear. So he says that why should I help you? And what will happen that first I save you, I save your life, I will bring you out of the well, but after that you will eat me. But Sher Singh promised that he would never not harm the hermit. So Manu pulled him out of the well. Then Manu pulled out Vanar the monkey and Nag the snake. Each one of them thanked Manu 100 times. But before going their own way, they warned the hermit not to listen to the man in the well, for he is treacherous and ungrateful. So, when the hermit said that I am scared of you, that is why I will not save you, tiger. So, the tiger promised that he would not harm the hermit after he will rescue his life. So, Manu pulled him out of the well, and also with the tiger, he pulled the monkey whose name is Vanar and the snake whose name is Nag. So, he pulled out the animals. Now, all of them, when they came out, they thanked Manu a lot of times, but before going back to their home, they warned the hermit that he should not listen to the man who is in the well, because the man is very dangerous. Treacherous means dangerous, and he is also very ungrateful. He is unthankful. So you should not save him. The Nag said, "If ever you need me, just call me and I shall be there," and crawled away. Sher Singh said, "You must come and visit me. I live in that cave under the big rock." The monkey chirped, "You must visit me too. I live on the mango tree by the rock," and swiftly jumped onto the tree and disappeared into the forest. So when all the animals they came out, they thanked the hermit and also uh, invited him in one way or the other. So the snake, the Nag, said that you should, whenever you need me, you just give me call. Whenever you will call me, I will be there. And then he went away. Then Sher Singh the tiger, he also said that then you can anytime come and visit me. I live in a cave. The monkey also said that I live on a mango tree near the rock, so you also can anytime come and visit me. The man from the well was getting impatient. He cried out, "Have pity on me, pull me out too." So, the man who was still there inside the well, he was now getting a lot of impatient. He was very anxious to come out. So he cried out for help and said that he please pull me out also. Manu felt sorry and pulled him out. So Manu the hermit, he thought that this is a poor man who has fallen into the well, so I should help him. So he pulled him out. The man said to Manu, "Friend, thank you very much for saving my life. I shall never forget you. I am a goldsmith. If you ever need any gold ornaments, you must come to me. I shall make them for you." The goldsmith thanked Manu again and walked away. So when the man came out, he thanked the hermit and he said that I will never forget you. I am a goldsmith, and whenever you need any gold or any gold ornament, that is the jewelry, you can anytime come to me. I will make the jewelry for you. And the goldsmith thanked Manu and then he walked away. After a few weeks, Manu remembered Vanar's invitation. He walked towards the mango tree by the rock. Vanar was very pleased to see Manu. He greeted Manu and fed him with delicious mangoes, bananas, and cashew nuts. He called his family of hundreds to meet him. So after a few weeks, Manu remembered that the monkey Vanar has invited him. So he thought of visiting him. And when he reached near the rock where the mango tree was there, on which the monkey, that is the Vanar, used to live, he reached there. When Vanar saw Manu, he was very happy. He greeted Manu and also he gave him delicious fruits and cashew nuts to eat. And also he called a lot of other monkeys from his family to meet Manu. Now, as the days passed, Manu decided to pay a visit to Sher Singh in his cave. Sher Singh was delighted to see Manu. He gave him a gold necklace and said, "Make use of this necklace when you need it. I had killed a prince a few days back. This was his." Manu thought to himself, "What would a hermit need a necklace for? I can sell it to the goldsmith whom I saved from the well, and with that money I can buy food and other things." So, a few days later, after visiting the monkey, the Vanar, Manu thought of going to visit Sher Singh. So when he went to Sher Singh in his cave, Sher Singh, when he saw Manu, he felt very happy and he gave Manu a gold necklace and told him that I have hunted a prince a few days back and this necklace was of the prince. So you can use this necklace for your needs. Now, when Manu took the necklace, he thought that I am a saint and why would I need a necklace? So I should sell it. So, to sell the necklace, he thought that I should go to the goldsmith whose life I have saved by bringing him out of the well. And he thought that when I will sell this necklace, I will get some money. With that money, I will buy food and other things, because this gold necklace is of no use for me. So Manu went to the goldsmith shop and gave him the necklace for selling it. When the goldsmith saw the necklace, he said to Manu, "The necklace seemed to be of good quality. You will get a good amount for it. Please wait here. I shall come back in a moment." As soon as the goldsmith saw the necklace, he recognized it. He had made the necklace for the king's son. The king was looking for the prince who had disappeared a few days ago while hunting in the forest. The king had offered a great reward for one who would bring him the news of his son. So, for selling the necklace, Manu went to the goldsmith shop and he showed the necklace to the goldsmith. Now, when the goldsmith saw the necklace, he recognized it. He told Manu to wait for a while, and he said that for this necklace you will get a good money. And this necklace the goldsmith has himself made for the king's son, that is the prince. So he recognized it easily, and he went to the king and told him all the things, and he knew that the prince who was wearing this necklace was missing when he went for hunting in the forest. So the king had announced a reward for the person who will bring the news of the prince. The goldsmith quickly went to the king and told him, "In my house there is a man who says that a tiger gave this necklace of your son to him. It is a pure lie. First thing a tiger will do is pounce on him and eat him up instead of giving a necklace to him. The man must have killed your son and stolen this necklace. The villain wants to sell it." So quickly the goldsmith ran to the king and told him that a man has came to me and he says that this necklace uh, is given to me by a tiger, and this necklace is of your son. And when he says that this is a tiger gave me this necklace, so this is a complete lie, because whenever a person will encounter a tiger, the tiger will obviously jump on him and it will eat him, not give him a necklace. So the man is lying, and surely he must have killed your son and he has stolen this necklace, and now he wants to sell it. So this kind of complaint the goldsmith told the king. The king rewarded the goldsmith and ordered to put Manu to death the next morning. Manu was arrested by king's soldiers and was sent to the prison. Now, when king came to know that this necklace, my son's necklace, has been showed by some person, so what he did was he arrested Manu and he ordered to put Manu to death the next morning. So the soldiers arrested him and Manu was sent to the prison. Now Manu began to think about the warnings of the animals about the goldsmith. Suddenly he remembered Nag's words to call him in time of need. Manu called out for Nag. Nag arrived at once through a small hole of the cell. Manu told Nag about his sad plight and that he would be put to death the next morning. So now when Manu was inside the prison, he thought of the warnings of other animals who warned them about the goldsmith. So now he remembered that the Nag had called him that he will help him in time of his need. So Manu started calling the Nag. The Nag now at once arrived as soon as Manu called him. Manu called all his troubles, all his difficult situation to the Nag, and he said that the next morning I will be put to death. "Don't worry, cheer up. I will save you. Tonight I shall bite the queen. She will look dead. Nobody will be able to revive her except you. She will recover as soon as you will touch your hand on her forehead. You give this information to the guard, said the snake. So the Nag said that, don't worry, I will save your life because you have also saved my life once. So he says that I have a plan that tonight I will bite the queen and she will almost look dead. And then nobody will be able to revive her. Revive means to bring back to life. So nobody will be able to revive her, and but only you can do this, because as soon as you will put your hand on her forehead, she will recover soon. And you need to give this information to the guard. Nag crawled to the palace and bit the queen. The king found the queen on the floor, turned all blue with Nag's poison. Many magicians and doctors could not revive the queen. The guard told the king that Manu, the prisoner, claimed that he could revive the queen. Manu was called to the presence of the king, who said, if you can bring my queen back to life, I shall set you free and also give you rich rewards. Manu put his hand on the queen's forehead and she sprang back to life. The king was very happy. He made Manu his prime minister and punished the goldsmith for his lies and lack of gratitude. Manu lived happily ever after in the palace. The animals were grateful, but not the goldsmith. So, by telling the plan and promising to save his life, the Nag now crawled to the palace and he bit the queen as he has promised. Now, when the king saw that the queen has turned all blue because of the Nag's poison, he called many magicians and doctors, but none of them was able to revive the queen. Now, Manu told the guard that he can revive the queen, that is, he can bring the queen back to life. And this thing the guard told to the king that Manu claims that he can revive the queen. So, Manu was called in front of the king, and the king told him that if you will bring my queen back to life, I will set you free and also I will give you many rewards. So, Manu put his hand on the queen's forehead, and as soon as he touched queen's forehead, she came back to life. That means he became alive again. Now the king was very happy. He made Manu his prime minister and he punished the goldsmith because he lied and he was not grateful to the saint who had saved his life. Now after that, Manu lived happily in the palace. So, in the story, we have seen that all the animals were grateful, but not the goldsmith. So, we should, in our lives, we should always be grateful. We should always be thankful for the people who help us in every aspect of our life. Hope this chapter is clear to you. Thank you very much. Have a good day.